YouTube, what it be like? Get your boy Fo, and bro, we are back on that NBA Live 18, and today we're gonna take a look at the wing defender in episode 7 of the best builds in NBA Live. Now I know a lot of y'all have probably seen information come out on NBA Live 19, and that's probably getting a lot of people excited in general about NBA Live. So a lot of people are coming over from 2K, just picking up Live right now and trying to get going, playing it, get familiar with it before the new game actually comes out in preparation. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. I've been dropping these build videos, trying to cover every single build with a comprehensive build guide, and I've gotten some really good feedback on it, man. I appreciate all of the love. As you can see, I'm on my Xbox right now and continue to drop those gamer tags, bro. When I get a build, which is probably going to be this build right here that I'm working on, because I've had wing defenders on my PS4 as well. I really like this build, so I thought it would be cool to start out playing with a wing defender on Xbox. But when I get this build up to a 90, bro, I'm gonna start adding every single person that left a tag, because I'm gonna want to jump on and play. Like I said, my bros all play on PS4, so continue to drop those gamer tags in the comments. Now, looking at this build, I wanted to start here just so you can kind of take a look and see that I made a 6'9" player. The weight was 223. Now just go back to my last video, which was the slasher build, to understand exactly why I went with this weight. The exact same principle comes into play. It just has everything to do with the fact that I do have dunking in my skill set, so I don't want to have a low weight. It just doesn't make sense. All right. Also, while we're here looking at that weight and height, as you can see with that height too, 6'9" is ideal. This player to me doesn't play as much like Kawhi Leonard than it does a more offensive version of Draymond Green. At least the way that I build the player out, you know what I mean? So I'll talk about that in a minute. But something I wanted to address, because I got a question about this. When you originally make your build, right? So I made this build, and when I made the build, it had an 81 speed at its lowest overall. Once you start working your way up to 98 overall, you'll get more speed and more stamina. So keep that in mind, because somebody did ask and I still hadn't commented. I think I'll go back and comment, and I apologize for that, for not responding on time. But somebody asked about my hybrid wing and how did I get a 6'10" hybrid wing at an 81 speed. But it was because I had him at a 95 overall at the time that I recorded the video. So you start out with a 79 speed, and I think I got up to an 81 speed. So that's how you can get a 6'10" player with 81 speed. So this player has an 83 speed presently. He'll start out with an 81 speed. All right. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the primary skills on this player. When you're looking at primary skills on a wing defender, bro, this is one of the more versatile players in the game, and I love balance. I feel like anybody that can really play and affect the game in a lot of different areas prefer players like this, as opposed to like a niche like player. But this player can do pretty much everything. So first we'll start with on-ball defense, and you get that maxed out. Now with this player being 6'9" and having an 83 speed, that, I mean, honestly, bro, like, that's almost as fast as a lot of the guards that are in the game that are playing right now. Bro, it can guard positions 1 through 5. It has the height to play against the 5, and it has the speed and length to move laterally, and the quickness to be able to defend a point guard. So that's the beauty of it. There's nobody on the floor that you should be afraid of. You can guard anything. If you get caught in a pick and roll situation or you have to switch, you're okay. That's the one thing I like about this player. There's nothing I fear when I play with this player. Now the next thing would be shot blocking. I always, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, I always try to work on the things that I don't necessarily need right away last. I try to get the things that'll help me end games faster and quicker first. So I was working on like my dribbling, my dunk and stuff like that. Now shot blocking is extremely important to this build. That's another thing that I like about this build. All of its skills are important, because once you get a 93 shot block, bro, and you moving around with all that speed around the floor, bro, you really are able to impact the game if you play with great defensive IQ and anticipation of where things are going. So that's this makes this player extremely unique. It's the only other player besides a rim protector that can get a maxed out shot block, and it's really useful. The next thing that we'll talk about is the steal. I shouldn't have to go over this with you. Like, the main reason why we pick these players is for the steal, bro. Like, you can cause so many turnovers. The difference between this player and a backcourt defender would be is that this player is much taller, so it's much easier for you to get those defensive cutoffs, moving left or right laterally, and then go for a steal attempt, and you have like great wingspan. So it's extremely important that you get this maxed out as fast as you can, because you'll get games over with super fast. Now, layup is going to be something that honestly, it makes this player a dominant slasher. As you can see, I have dunk in my secondary. But a lot of the times, you have certain players that I built before. You've seen certain players that, bro, when you get dunked, sometimes you'll go into the paint, try to dunk, and you don't, because you get bodied and it turns into a layup, but you don't have a maxed out layup. And at that point, it's a 50-50 hit or miss. With this player, you have a 93 layup. So if you don't get the for sure 100% dunk or the body, you got a good chance of hitting that layup. So that's very ideal in making this an effective slash into the basket player. Now, with their secondary skills, you're gonna have an option between dribbling, dunk, and mid-range shooting. Now, this is where this depends on how you play. All right, I always generally play point guard from PS4. I can play off the ball, I'm perfectly fine with that. But to make my play as versatile as possible, because sometimes I do like handling the ball and being put in that situation where I'm making correct decisions for my team, I pick dribbling. Now, if you play off the ball a whole lot and you prefer to play off the ball, I would pick mid-range shooting, because simply this player can get a 3-point trait, so you can spot up, shoot the three, but you don't need dribbling as a secondary skill if the only time you're really gonna dribble is just on a fast break up the court, or you're gonna get it at the 3-point line, maybe spot up, but then you don't, somebody closes you out, you put it on the floor, drive real quick. If those are the only two real situations you're ever really trying to handle the ball, I wouldn't recommend that you go with dribbling. Now, I feel like dunking is gonna be something that you need. I would not pick the dunk, because it's counterproductive towards the signature ability of this player. And then we'll talk about his sigs and his traits like right now. So the signature ability on this player is gonna be it's two-way impact, all right? And a steal, a block, or a successful shot contest grants a boost to scoring at the rim for one possession. So basically what that means is if you get a good shot contest, which you should always get great shot contests if your player is the one shooting, because you are playing with great length at 6'9", or getting a steal, you got that 93 steal, blocks, 93 block, all of that stuff. You play great, then you'll finish great. And you already get an 82 dunk as a secondary skill, but you're gonna get a stackable boost on top of that, and you can really finish like a slasher, bro. So that's really nice to be able to have that as a signature ability, which is why I feel like you should definitely go with the dunk, because your signature ability kind of goes hand in hand with it. And when you start looking at the other traits, you got catch and finish. We all know what that does. You can get that on gold. You have Counter Strike. We know what that is. That's silver. Statement dunker. I I really feel like this trait was designed for this player specifically in the backcourt defender, because you get, Duncan grants a defensive boost to everybody around you and you as well. So it just makes you play even better on defense and makes your whole team play better on defense. And that's kind of the theme of the defender players, backcourt defender, wing defender. You just want to set a real tone of defense. And I'm going to clamp you down, lock you up, I'm going to make it real difficult. You don't want to play against defenders when we in the lobby, like that type of thing. Now, other things that I feel like that are important, because you can go and check these out for yourself. I'll just talk about the ones that I feel like are important. This one is the most important trait, and it's always going to have a spot unless you just don't like to shoot or something like that, or you have problems timing your shooting or whatever. But 3-point shooting maxes out on goal. What that's going to do is that's going to give you an 82 3-point shot attribute once it's on goal. That's extremely important, because now you can stretch the floor, and you're basically a 3 and D player, bro. And you can put it on the floor and catch bodies as well, bro. And that's what makes this player amazing, man, because it has all of these defensive attributes, but you can really impact the offensive side of the floor, especially with your type of speed. If you play 3v3 and you're matched up against a center, you're gonna get a lot of open threes, bro, because centers, for whatever reason, always are falling back to try to protect the paint. I think it's some type of like innate thing where they just are so used to protecting the paint, and then you're able to play at the 3, bro, you're gonna get wide open quite a bit. Now, with that being said, you can always look at corner 3 as somewhere you want to go to spot up, or you can spot up, get open, or put it on the floor, slash to the goal. Alley-oop is something that you could also do if you like to play off the ball, so keep that in mind as well. Other things I really like is inside shooting. You get a boost to your inside shooting that goes up to goal. Open 3, so remember that can go hand in hand with your 3-point shooting as well. Passing, I really feel like the only time you're going to use passing is if you're a person that wants dribbling as well and you're handling the ball a lot. You can equip that and then be a more effective point guard. Like I said, this is a Draymond Green type of build that I've created, that I think more so. They're out because it has great playmaking ability, can put it on the floor, can shoot the 3, play all 5 positions. That's why I feel like it's more Draymond Green. Defense, post defense, bro, that goes up to goal as well, so keep that in mind. You cannot get this quick recovery, so don't even try, bro. Like, there's no reason to even look at it. I don't know why they have that on there. Rebounding is extremely important. I would highly recommend that you get this maxed out as well, because you might be matched up against a big, so you want to make sure that you at least have an 82 rebounding as well. It just depends on who you're playing against. The way that I would load this player out, and the way that I used to load this player out on my PS4, would be to go with rebounding. I like to go with passing, and then I like to go with 3-point shooting. Now, you can always do a combination of any other things. Like, you can go with statement dunker if you like to just set the tone for defense. I always will put 3-point shooting in there, and then you can kind of take away the passing if you want and just put rebounding in. It's up to you, bro. Post defense, rebounding, 3-point shooting. If you're going against the center, you can mix and match how you want to get this made, bro. It's all on you, but this build is extremely good. I would highly recommend, if you haven't had one, at least build one. Get him up to at least an 85, 88. He'll be extremely effective, bro. Really a god build in this game. And definitely, I don't know, man, like, it could be like top 3, of course. Like I said, I haven't actually ranked the builds. I probably should do that too. I'll probably do that once I start getting into the center builds. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well so you can know when we post. And as always, respect the OGs. Peace.